In the heart of Srinagar, Kashmir's bustling nerve center, the sun rose on August 15, a day etched in the history as India's Independence Day. But this year, the city bore witness to a different kind of celebration, one that spoke volumes of the simmering discontent beneath the surface. Lal Chowk, usually a symbol of Indian authority, was awash with a sea of people, their fervor palpable as they hoisted Pakistani flags high, exchanging belated wishes for the Pakistan's Independence Day with a hint of humor. Amidst the laughter and camaraderie, there lay a deeper sentiment, a defiance against the status quo, a refusal to be silenced. My name is Sohail, you're watching Epic History, and this is what happened to Jammu and Kashmir. The following days saw unprecedented gatherings as hundreds of thousands marched to the Pampore, paying homage to Sheikh Abdul Aziz, a prominent figure in the region, but it was the events of August 18 that would etch themselves into the annals of Kashmir's history. As dawn broke, the city found itself barricaded, a heavy presence of armed police looming over the streets. But the resolve of the people was unwavering. From every corner of the valley they poured in, defying barriers, reclaiming their city with a determination that brooked no opposition. And in a remarkable display of nonviolent resistance, not a single bullet was fired. Amidst the jubilation, there was a subtle undercurrent of defiance, a defiance rooted in the harsh realities of life under occupation. Banners proclaimed slogans of freedom, a democracy devoid of oppression. Pakistani flags adorned every corner, not merely symbols of allegiance, but of gratitude for the perceived support in their struggle. In the midst of this fervor stood a young woman, her gaze steely as she voiced the harsh truth of their existence. To her, freedom meant liberation from the shackles of oppression, from the specter of violence that haunted their daily lives. It was a sentiment that resonated deeply, silencing even the most fervent of critics. But amidst the euphoria, questions lingered, questions of what lay beyond the struggle of the society they sought to build. As leaders addressed the crowds, invoking the Quran as their guiding light, there was a palpable tension, a divergence of visions for the future. For some, it was a vision of an Islamic state, a bastion of faith and morality. For others, it was a vision of inclusivity, of a society that embraced diversity and pluralism. And amidst these comparative narratives, there lay the specter of partition, a reminder of the horrors that accompanied the birth of nations. As the sun set on Srinagar, casting long shadows over a city in flux, the echoes of slogans faded into the night, leaving behind a populace grappling with uncertainty. For in the struggle for freedom, the path ahead was fought with challenges, challenges that demanded not only courage, but compassion, empathy, and a willingness to confront the complexities of their shared history. And as they stood on the cusp of a new dawn, one thing remained clear: the road to freedom would be long and arduous. But it was a journey they were determined to undertake, come what may. In the days that followed, the euphoria of the uprising gave way to a sober reckoning of the challenges ahead. As the Indian state grappled with the implication of the mass mobilization in Kashmir, voices from across the country joined in solidarity with the Kashmiri people, demanding an end to the military occupation and a resolution to the long standing conflict. Arundhati Roy, a prominent Indian writer and activist, penned a poignant reflection on the events unfolding in Kashmir, grappling with the complexities and injustices inherent in the region's struggle for self determination. In her essay, she delved into the deep seated grievance and aspirations of Kashmiri people, challenging the prevailing narratives that sought to determinize their struggle. Roy's words struck a chord with many across India, igniting a national conversation about the true meaning of freedom and democracy in the world's largest democracy. Her critique of India's roles in the Kashmir's conflict resonated deeply with those who had long harbored doubts about the moral integrity of their nation's actions in the region. But amidst the growing chorus of dissent, there were also voices of skepticism, voices that questioned the wisdom of aligning with a movement that invoked religious symbolism and rhetoric. For some, the specter of an Islamic state in Kashmir conjured memories of the past conflicts and divisions, raising concerns about the future of religious minorities in the region. As tensions simmered on both sides, there were fears of a return to violence, fears of a descent into chaos and bloodshed. But amidst the uncertainty, there were also glimmers of hope, moments of solidarity and empathy that transcended the barriers of religion and politics. In the midst of tumultuous period, a group of Kashmiri intellectuals and activists came together to chart a path forward, to envision a society that reflected the aspirations of all its inhabitants. Theirs was a vision of inclusivity, of tolerance, of a society that embraced diversity as its greatest strength. As they grappled with the complexities of nation building in the region torn apart by decades of conflicts, they sought inspiration from the struggles of others around the world. From South Africa to Algeria, from Iran to Switzerland, they drew upon the lessons of history, seeking to forge a path that honored the aspirations of their people while upholding the principles of justice and equality. And as they looked to the future, they knew that the road ahead would be long and fraught with challenges, but they also knew that they were not alone. They had the support of millions across India and around the world who stood in the solidarity with their cause. For in the end, theirs was a struggle not just for freedom but for dignity, for justice, for a future where all could live in peace and harmony. And as they marched towards, they knew that they carried with them the hopes and dreams of generation yet unborn, a legacy of courage and resilience that would endure long after the last barricade had fallen. Thank you so much for watching. You're watching Epic History. I'll see you in the next one with the new one. Peace.